ShartimusPrime, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back hits, Subscribe.
You get that seam sculpted all the way through the crack. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure review on the 2016 Spider-Man Absorbing Man Build-A-Figure. If you're trying to pick up this wave, it is available now at Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below. So this is the third Absorbing Man that we're getting for the Marvel 6-inch line. You can see the Build-A-Figure parts. This piece right here came with Spider-Gwen. Venom gave us so much head that he got an extra head and 2 heads for Absorbing Man right there. This torso piece came with Speed Demon. These 2 arms right here came from Morbius. And then these 2 arms right here came from the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. This is the right leg. This one came from Beetle. And then the left leg right over here came from Jack-O-Lantern. Yeah, that's right. Alright, let's get to it. And will you take us away, Bumblebee? Alright, so let's put this thing together real quick here. Yeah, so I'm gonna put this right... Yeah, there, and then, yeah, right in there. I think that's in there all the way. Then I'm going to start with the flesh arm on this side, and this arm right here on that side, and then the regular head. And here's the Absorbing Man all completed, and this thing is fantastic. I am so happy with this. Much better figure this time compared to the Hasbro Marvel Legends Absorbing Man from the dark times. Oh my god, what a stinker. That was actually the very first Marvel Legend I ever reviewed, so check that out if you want to. It's a terrible review. But anyway, going back to this awesome figure, I absolutely love it. The only problem I have with it is the Spider-Gwen ball and chain over here. That is just not matching with anything. I mean, maybe it doesn't really match with any of the accessories that he comes with. So it looks like he's absorbing, like, you know, it just doesn't match. You gotta get this one right over here. See that? There you go. So you get the ball and chain from either Thunderball or Pile Driver, and then that fits into the hand perfectly. Let's go ahead and fix that right now. It just looks terrible with him holding that thing. Alright, there you go. Yeah, that's perfect. Look at that. That is awesome. I absolutely love it. See, now when you have him like that, now it's hitting the geek spot because he's actually absorbing something. So anyway, looking at the first head sculpt, which I do like, I will say though, I think it does suffer from BHS, big head syndrome, which is kind of a thing that happened to another few figures from this wave. But anyway, if you just look at this, I think the proportions are a bit off. I mean, the head does look a little bit too big, but I do like the flesh tone. The flesh tone does look really nice, and I think this facial expression is awesome. I love that. We're not getting just stale gestures with the face over here. We're getting some really cool stuff here. Nice teeth painted over there. The eyes look pretty good. I think they did a good job with that, and I like all the wrinkles in his forehead. He's got that cone-shaped dome as he should have, and a little bit of wrinklage right there on the back of the neck. As you may recognize, this is a reused body mold right over here from Terax, so you get those weird lines right over there on the back, which doesn't necessarily, you know, fit the form of human anatomy, but, you know, it's there. Yeah, it's not too terrible. But yeah, nice head sculpt number 1, and then popping that off and putting on head sculpt number 2 is a tight fit. Oh, God! There it is. Okay, and then I took the torso apart over there. I really like this. It reminds me of Toy Biz Marvel Legends. Look at all the different colors we get over here. We got this nice gold paint right there for that copper eye. He has this nice concrete look over here on the side of his face. That just looks amazing. I love that. That is, oh man, that is just really, really cool. I think they did a great job with that. Not only is it painted really well, it's sculpted really nicely with all those little cracks. And on the side over here, yeah, you can see how it's just like speckled over onto the flesh tone. So yeah, I'm really liking that a lot. Then here's looking at the torso. You know, no shadowing effect or anything like that, but it's such a really good flesh tone that it doesn't really make me miss it too much, especially because we're getting some really cool stuff with these arms. Looking at this is the iron arm right here. Just looks really, really nice with this silver over the black. I absolutely love it. It's looking good, except for the hinge. Well, you know, you can't blame them for the color choice. That doesn't, you know, work too bad. But yeah, it would have been nice if the paint went all the way through. I am noticing that also on the inside right there, but it's not so bad because it's just black. On the other arms, it does come out a little bit worse. And then here's looking at the hand, and the paint didn't go inside the hand, which is okay because it also just chip off once you put the ball and chain in there. So that's pretty sweet. Then here's just his one flesh-colored arm right over here. Notice a little bit of gappage right here, but other than that, I think this is really nice, and it's making a fist. Then switching these out is pretty easy. Right over here, I'm calling it the Groot arm. Look at that. I have to brighten things up, but man, that looks sick. That is just too awesome. I'm really liking it a lot. Oof. Wow, a lot of nice detail in here. Sculpted work and paint just equally, just looking really good on this. I love that we didn't get any single tones or anything like that. The way it fades over here to the flesh tone looks really good. And the inside of the elbow right there, yeah, goes to flesh tone unfortunately. But it's not terrible though. I mean, it's in that part of it, so you can still bend it and it's not coming off. Then on the inside of the wrist, you know, at least they have a brown plastic right there. But the hand looks really good. I really like that. We get a little stump right there. Very, very nice. And then here, looking at the concrete one, we get the same issue with the inside of the arm, but I really love the sculpted detail. Unfortunately, you get some more flesh tone popping through there. It's like a really caked on layer of paint, which to me is not an issue as far as the parts where the paint is actually applied. I actually really like it. It's just the parts where you don't see the paint where I'm a bit bothered by it. But you know, it's not perfect, but I still really do like it. Let's see, yep, more flesh tone right there. So that can be a bit irritating. And it does match pretty well with this head sculpt over here, so I like that we get matching parts. That's really cool. Now looking at the rest of the figure, you can see that, you know, you get the belt right over there, nice silver paint. And then he has his prison pants over here. No shadowing effect. Sometimes the lines don't really match up exactly, you know, it kind of happens a bit throughout. But for the most part, it still looks good. And I like the glossy black that we get for the shoes. And the shoes look really nice. You can see the little seams and stitches right there. He has the little treads on the bottom of his feet along with peg holes. So yeah, I gotta say, man, I'm very happy with this figure. It's a very good figure. I think having the iron arm for the right side and then the concrete arm for the left side along with the concrete face over here, that's probably my favorite look for this figure. I really like it a lot. But you can change it up any way you wish. As you can see right here, you get 4 different options per limb or head. That just really kicks up the fun factor, man. I love it. Now, I already mentioned how much I really don't like this ball and chain over here. I don't see why they couldn't paint it like how they done with the Thunderball and Piledriver one, but luckily it's kind of like Hasbro saw the future and they gave us an extra ball and chain with Piledriver when we didn't really need one. So if you held on to yours this whole time, now's the time to whip it out. And in case if you have the Hulk Classics ball and chain, this does match as well, but only the chain part, as this iron ball is just black. So I wish they had painted this with some silver paint on it too. It would have matched a little bit better. But yeah, you could use this one as well if you want to. Then looking at the ball and chain that came with the Dark Times Absorbing Man, yeah, this doesn't even actually have any paint on it. I think I used a pencil or something a long time ago to give it some kind of shadowing effect. So yeah, this is actually not the worst one. This one is. Now for the most part, I really like the articulation on this figure, but I do have things I don't like about it. For instance, he can't really look up much at all. That's a little bit frustrating. You can't move his head down very far though. You do get side to side movement over here, and he does have neck pivot. And the articulation is more or less exactly the same as it is on the other head sculpt. There's no real difference there. The shoulders move outward very far. You can't get him moving forward. He has a bicep swivel. He does have a single jointed elbow on all of these arms right here, so you can see the steel arm on the right moves in that much, and it moves in a little bit more so than the Groot arm over here, and then the flesh arm moves in about the same, but actually a little bit less than that one, and then the concrete one moves in about the same as the flesh arm, probably even a little bit less than the flesh one. So far the iron one's the best one. You do get hinges that move up and down on all of these, and they do have a swivel at the wrist. He crunches forward, moves back, you gotta scoot the belt down, and he does have a waist swivel. We get these awesome T-joints right here at the hips, and then he can move forward right there at the leg as well. I really like that they painted the line right there on that hinge. That's really cool. These legs do get a little bit on the wobbly side, I will warn you though. It does move back some. You get an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees that bend in this much, but I am stressing the plastic a little bit because he does have these sculpted wrinkles right here on the back of his legs, so you don't want to bend it in more than that. Then he has these really cool boots over here. You can rotate them side to side, and it gets a little bit tricky because you can move this down, but you just have to tuck it underneath that right over there, and then you can move them upwards, and you kind of have to like push back and then shimmy that up, and then ooh, I'm stressing the plastic, so you do want to be careful with that. Oy. So they can move up just a little bit, which is important for posing. And then of course he does have some really good ankle pivot. Now measuring out this absorbing man, you can see right here he stands just at about 8 inches tall. And then for your absorbing man comparison, here we have the Hulk Classics Toy Biz absorbing man, and then we have the Hasbro Dark Times absorbing man. And this is by far my favorite one. Thank you so much to whoever sent this out to me. You sent this out to me like way back in like 2009 or 2010. This is like actually one of the very first things that any of my viewers sent out to me, so thank you so much. I have cherished this figure the whole time. It's very hard to get. And one thing that's kind of blowing my mind right now is that if you pop this arm off and you pop that arm off, this only came with the copper arm, so I don't have the other ones, but it almost fits. If you use sticky tack or something like that, you can get some extra arms for this absorbing man Build-A-Figure. You know, it's kind of tricky, it doesn't fit perfectly, but yeah. Then here's the new absorbing man next to the Build-A-Figure Terrax, and I think using this body mold for absorbing man was a brilliant idea. And then to compare absorbing man to a couple of his nemesis, we have the Hasbro Thor and we have the Toy Biz Face-Off Hulk. And then here's absorbing man next to all the other figures from this wave, and wow, what a great wave. I am just very pleased with this. We got a lot of cool figures. Hasbro has just done a fantastic job. I just keep saying the same thing over and over again. I'm very pleased. What else can I say? Give us more, give us more, give us more. And then here's absorbing man next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Oh, it's just absorbing man. Yeah, there's no way he can hurt me. Oh, ha! Now who's the letdown? Yeah, go cry. So I really don't have anything else to say except for just sing Hasbro's praises even more. I just am so happy with this figure. Yeah, there are imperfections to me anyway. I feel like the head is a little bit too big and a little bit more paint in the joints would have been nice, but I mean, for real, man, I'm having a great time posing this thing around. Very fun to take pictures of. I absolutely love it. And just a fantastic wave through and through. I mean, we even get little bonus dealies like the little car and then the extra Silvermane. I mean, it's just too awesome. I'm very, very happy with this. And I hope you guys are very, very happy with my review. If you are, please hit the like button. Click any of these boxes right over here if you want more Shart in your face. I actually have an extra one of these ball and chains over here, so I'm going to give them away to one of my patrons. If you want to be a patron, check the link below. And then you can follow me with updates on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to go to marvelousnews.com for the latest in Marvel-related news. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, imposing action figures, imposing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures.
That's crispy.
Now looking at his weapon, the ball and chain,